waxyaabihii sabab u noqonaya in dembigiisa la dhaafo oo uu ka fogaado.
CKMS
102.7 FM.
Radio Waterloo.
for the best in blues and all kinds of other types of music.
I'm Tim Hollinger from Pasadena, Newfoundland, and you're listening to 102.7 CKMS, RadioWaterloo.ca.
Lost in brainwash apples, oh yes, stay soften now. You wait too long, you wait too long, and they rot. And that's why we got to wake up and rise. I said wake up and rise for yourself and your people, for yourself now and our babies, and realize. You know, this situation hasn't really changed that much. I said this colonial system, you know, you just can't trust it. They'll be trying to cover it up with the politics and their games. I said the resistance isn't our people, and it's never ever straight. With 5 centuries behind us now, and pretending they cannot see. I said the federal arm still hands out these pawn-like responsibilities in this judiciary attempt. It ain't nothing but a stall. I said the issue is respect, and believe me, we demand it all. And for the brothers back home, yes, I can your own way. You can't always be getting the sisters to be dishing out the plates. Again, the issue is respect for your women and your kids. And it's sad when the oppressed start to adopt the colonial mindset, and when the oppressed become the oppressors, and it rots to the core. It's not like the young people stand up, 'cause believe me, they'll offer more. So get to know yourself, understand your history and your past, 'cause when you're walking down this road, you gotta give your destiny the chance that it deserves. 'Cause when it's 2 steps forward and it's 1 step back, you know that resistance is practice, and assimilation was the mold and cast. When our traditional knowledge rising up from the underground, you know it's never been lost. It's our ancestors and grandmothers who have paid past costs. So get to know your laws and your own citizenship, because if you live by your roots, well, I said now, 'cause if you live by your roots, well, you'll be protected all by the branches. Well, I said wake up and rise. Well, I said wake up and rise. Yeah, sir, this oppression. Yeah, sir, this aggression. Well, I said wake up and rise.
Hook yeah. So that was, you're listening to CKMS 102.7 FM radio. And that was Wake Up and Rise by Diggin' Roots. We are Two White Feather, Cedar Bear, our mascot, and we cannot forget Lori Gentle Eagle, usually behind the scenes doing everything. And this is the Red Road Journey show, where we aim to amplify Indigenous voices to heal ourselves, heal our communities, our relatives, and heal our planet. We are broadcasting you from the traditional territories of the neutral Anishinaabe and Haudenosaunee people.
It's great to be back live in the studio with Two White Feather on the Red Road Journey. The last couple of shows that we did, really for, probably about a month or so, we were experimenting a little bit, and we were doing them on a program called Libra Time. And that was from our, I guess you could call it our home studio, or wherever we happened to be. And, then we were uploading it to a system which would then play the material that we had. So this is a little different. We're back in the studio, and we're happy to be here. Yes, hope everybody, had a wonderful holiday. We were very busy with our project Finding Common Ground at 100 Vic encampment in Kitchener, and we had a lot of events kind of back to back over the holidays. Did you want to talk a little bit about what we did and what your experiences were?
So it, you know, when we got all the stuff in December, and then it seemed like as soon as we got it, we were right out there, setting up the yurt. We didn't put up the fire stove yet, but we got the yurt up. Oh my goodness, we made so many home cooked meals for them. We had a Christmas meal for them. We went there with turkey and all the fixings. But you know what? Everyone wants more of the wild game meat. They loved it. They were like, if you could cook more, make a whole pot up, they want that.
Yeah,
So-
it was bison, right?
Yeah, it was bison that they had,
Yeah.
but they're like anything. That was good, they said. That was the best that they even had. And
it actually opened up some conversations
Oh, yeah.
too, because people were sharing about whether or not they had that before. Some people were talking to us about what their connections were to Indigenous communities. We found out that some are in fact from Indigenous communities originally and are there in the encampment. So that was pretty cool, I thought.
yeah. And I feel like we made a lot of good connections there within the last month. And we even had stocking stuffers. We made up stockings for everyone. It was just amazing to see their faces. And we had homemade knitted hats and stuff too. And it made me happy to see their faces actually glow up. And they came and talked to us, and it was like if we, I don't want to put anyone down because I've been there too, but it takes, if someone can talk to you for 20 minutes, that's 20 minutes that you're not out there doing whatever you're doing. And I think you guys know what I mean. And, that 20 minutes can change someone's life big time. And every time we go there, they adore us. You don't know. Every time we go there, it's like we get swarmed. If we don't even have any food or anything, we come there just to check in. Man, we get swarmed to death. Like, not to death, but you know what I mean? Like, we just get swarmed because they all want to talk and chit-chat with us and let us know what's happening and updates and stuff. And it feels good that they know that they have a connection with us when we come. And, that's what the whole thing is for me, is making those connections so that we can make a difference, even, like I said, even if it's those 20 minutes. And usually they would stand out there longer than 20 minutes. Hey, honey? Hey, Gentle Eagle?
Yeah. There was a fire going on Christmas Eve, and
Yes,
it was
sorry, I
more
forgot
of
about
a
that.
community gathering or community fire, which was good to see because oftentimes it's really, they're kind of isolated in their own little camps within the encampment. But this was nice to see that some people were actually joining the community fire and chatting. And we had some community members come forward with donations of hot chocolate and coffee, baked goods. The knitted hats, all the winter clothing, it was amazing. There was so much there for people to choose from. And we had originally intended to decorate a tree, and we were going to call it the Tree of Warmth. But it went fast. It didn't even make it to that tree. But, that was good to see.
I think as soon as we set up, everything was gone within 5, maybe 8 minutes. And like I said, that's the feeling that me and Gentle Eagle, that's what we aim to do. Is to try to help them even with those 20 minutes first.
And the stocking stuffers as well. We're very grateful to all the community members that came forward to help us with that. Our theme was around natural wellness items. So Two White Feather and I, we included some bear's grease for pain, salve. And then we also made some homemade Vicks. That was fun.
Oh my gosh, it works like a delight. I tried some and my nose was stuffy that night. Man, I woke up, I could breathe like no tomorrow.
Yeah,
I
and
was
we
like,
all
wow.
and we also included some lavender essential oil with one of the felted acorns. If you remember, way back we had Lisa with the acorns raising funds for the Woodland Cultural Center. So we gifted each person in their stocking a little acorn with some lavender essential oil, which is great for calming and lulling people to sleep. And the stockings were just full of great stuff. So thank you to the people who came forward with that. Mm-hmm. So the yurt was up. Wasn't up as long as we had hoped. We had hoped that it would be more of an ongoing warming center or option for them, but we're working on that. So stay tuned for more details.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, according to the Gregorian solar calendar, it is a new year. And that's a time that many people believe is about resolutions and fixing oneself. Or at least looking at fixing oneself for as long as the good intentions last. However, it's often a trap that actually gets in the way of any genuine healing that we can do. We cannot shame ourselves into change. We can only love ourselves into evolution. We all have a need to be loved now, while we are getting better. And certainly from an Indigenous perspective, Creator considers us to be good already. So, don't get me wrong, having goals and a purpose is very important. In fact, Silver Little Eagle says, when you don't have goals or purpose, it's easy to be petty, to be obsessed with drama, to speak negatively, to spread that toxicity, and to complain. When you have goals, you know the importance of directing your power strictly towards the processes needed to achieve your dreams and ambitions. Our energy is sacred. The way we spend each day and the way we think matters, and it directs our realities. That's Silver Little Eagle. So, to White Feather, with love as a guiding principle, are there good habits you'd like to cultivate in 2025?
Yes, self-acceptance. That goes with self-love. Learning more on how I can love myself and heal myself. I've been on a healing journey since 2019 when, a lot of people know this story, but the most important person in my life came up and saved me. And I humble myself with that because that reminds me on what happened in the past and how I can learn to love myself even more instead of with all that other stuff. Because I got my fur babies now, they love me, they care for me. I got my support person, Gentle Eagle. I got a lot of people now, and they're helping me how to learn to love myself every single day. And it's going to be an everyday thing because sometimes we get down in the grit, right? Mm-hmm. And those are the times we got to remember. So when you have those people, it's a lot easier. And I got to say, within my healing journey since 2019, it gets easier to love myself. I know that there's still stuff to learn and I'm still on this journey, but I'm actually learning to love myself now. I'm actually reaching out to different people. I'll throw this out. I applied for a treatment facility, and I may be going away for, a few weeks, but, I'm hoping I can get in too. And, I made that first step to actually start loving myself and heal myself so I can actually love those people and that care for me, right? And and that goes right into the next one, treating everyone as equals. I have a hard time with that because I've been betrayed, right? But I'm learning to look at everyone as an equal because everyone is valid. That spirit in everyone is what makes us who we are as a physical body. And that spirit guides us. And, you know, it's been guiding me, especially within a lot, like, even since the new year started. I've been really thinking and, you know, and it's like, wow, you know, I do have these people. Even in my darkest times, even right now, I'm seeing that light that they're helping me, like shining down in that hallway, right? And like, we're here, okay, I'm coming. And, you know, like I said, it gets easier because you learn to start loving yourself and caring for yourself and caring for your health. And that's what I'm going to continue to do in 2025. But like I said, be humble of what happened and what I did in the past, because that's who made me who I am today. So I want to say thank you, especially to the person sitting right next to me and Cedar Bear sitting at our feet. Those are a couple of the main people that were there. And shout out to my sister from Saugeen, because I couldn't do it without her too. So thank you. You guys are teaching me how to love myself, and that's what the main thing is. Learn to love yourself every day. And I think that's the little trick right there in life, because things will go a lot easier, right? And whatnot. So yeah. How about you, Gentle Eagle? I know that was a little deep there, but how about you?
Well, I think ironically, the same thing. It's about learning or relearning how to treat myself with respect every day. It's interesting that you use that word "saved me," because I don't like to think of myself as a savior.
No, I didn't sort of mean it. Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. I mean, you do the work. Obviously, I'm there as a a guide, an encourager, that sort of thing. Just as I do in my my work, right? And with other relationships, other friendships, that sort of thing. But I think one of the things that I've learned through your darker times is that, it's all about balance. And sometimes I have to step back, which is so hard to do as a trained crisis worker, to step back and trust that, you're going to do what is right for you on your journey at that time, even if it does bring, some negative consequences, because, we can all learn from that. In fact, again, I remember one of my teachers, saying to all of us in the lodge that you're either walking in your truth or you're in your lessons and learnings, and both are equally as valid because they have a lot to teach us. So, so I would say good habits that I want to cultivate in 2025 on this Red Road journey is treating myself with respect every day. I'd also, more practically speaking, like to read a little bit more and to write a little bit each day. I used to be a journaler, and I got away from that. And, reading always grounded me as well, because I learned a lot from other people's lived and living experiences. So I really do want to get back to that. And I'd like to reflect more on, quote, the beautiful. I have been really inspired by Isaac Murdoch. And, he's a man that we've heard a little bit about on this show, and we will hear more in the future from him. But, he was definitely an activist in his day, but I can relate because he talked about how that can be so exhausting at times, and how it feels, like you're hitting your head against a brick wall at times, and how much change are you really making in that way. And instead he's now talking about reflecting on the beautiful and seeing the beautiful and creating more of that. So, really revolutionizing things. And that's what I want to be doing more of.
Yes, and that reminded me too, sorry. Me and Lori, Gentle Eagle, we're just talking about this. And, I like how she said she wants to see more of the beauty. I've always seen life black and white because of what happened, the trauma, the grief and everything. But that's what I chose to look at life as, the world as. But, the last few months in 2024 up to now, I gotta say, if it wasn't for Lori or my sister or even getting Cedar Bear, I'm starting to see life in that color, the beauty, seeing past all the negative stuff. And it's like, it is beautiful. It is beautiful. And, that's one thing I want to keep on doing, is seeing that beauty in every spirit that walks, every spirit that flies, the spirits that live in the trees, in Mother Nature, because it is a beautiful thing.
Well, and even in the experiences that we have too, as difficult as they are at times, right, on the healing journey, because if we don't declutter, right, how are we going to make space for the good stuff, right? Those are definitely some things that we've both got on our agenda, so to speak.
Yeah, so our next song is going to be White Buffalo Calf Song featuring Pipestone Creek. Hook ya! Here it is.
Hey!
So that was White Buffalo Calf Song, and we chose that one because, oftentimes when we think of New Year, we think of prophecies, and White Buffalo Calf Woman is central to a Lakota prophecy. If you're not familiar with that, I encourage you to do a little bit of research on that. White Buffalo Calf Woman encourages unity among people, promoting peace and understanding, and that's a wonderful way to usher in a new year. The Haudenosaunee people, so out in Six Nations there, for example, celebrate the new year. And to the Haudenosaunee people, it's a time when others come and visit and apologize for any actions or words that have caused hurt, grief, and anger. And they follow that up with midwinter ceremonies that actually begin 5 days after the new moon in January. So I think right now is the time for the Haudenosaunee people to be celebrating midwinter ceremonies and activities.
Yes, and for the Anishinaabe or Ojibwe tribes, Anishinaabe following Medawin teaching, saying that the new life begins in winter around the solstice time. And I believe that's the 21st it starts? Yes, so my elder, my very first elder that I had, he's way up north, and he said that our new year actually started winter solstice, but if you put it as a calendar, it was April. That was the beginning of our year, was April instead of January, because of when the sap ran and all that, right? After December, the last month. But yeah, in preparation for the spring ceremony, such as the following of the maple tree sap during the sugar making moon in March. So yeah, sorry, March was the beginning. So through the winter, we would do our stories and creation stories and all that, and it's family time, right? And that was the whole thing, was about community and family during that time, healing together when you're inside, and then getting ready for spring, which was our beginning of our new year. So yeah, with that, we're going to play Ribbon Skirts by Grey Buffalo. So, let me find it here. Sorry, guys. This is... There we go. So, another important date in January that honors Indigenous ways of life is National Ribbon Skirt Day, which was recognized yesterday, January 4th. And for my family back home, that was when my mom, Cheryl Ritchie, passed. And it's interesting that I just learned about that day yesterday, and it has much more meaning to me now, right? So, but that can be on a different day. I can talk about that about some other day. But yeah, it was hard for me, but at the same time, it was like, okay, But in 2020, Isabel, I'm sorry, I don't want to... Kulak, if I'm saying that right, from Cote First Nation in Saskatchewan, was shamed by a teaching assistant for wearing her handmade skirt to a formal wear day at her school. That day after this incident of discrimination, a band of women and chiefs from neighboring First Nations communities walked with her in solidarity, and this sparked a movement that led to the passing of Bill 8219.
Sorry, that's my writing there. Bill S219. If you're interested in more
sorry,
info
that's
on it.
Bill S219. Sorry about that.
That's my La Font.
Right?
Getting in the way of things. Anyways, a ribbon skirt and a ribbon shirt for men is regalia, but it's much, much more than that. And in terms of a ribbon skirt, and certainly the one that Isabella Kulik wore, represents strength and cultural pride. It really symbolizes the power of womanhood and honors a woman's direct connection to Mother Earth and the ancestors. Elaine Alec, who's known for her efforts at cultivating safe spaces, denotes the wearing of a ribbon skirt to courageously being visible in spaces that marginalize and erase Indigenous people.
Let's listen to some artists who challenged stereotypes and discrimination via celebrating their cultural heritage through songs. So this next one, I just learned about her, 2024, last year. And
she's fairly new, and she's connected to Matt Mack, actually.
Yeah. And actually, I learned this off of Gentle Eagle, Lori. Like I said, she knows so much. She lived, she walked beside us and everything, and she's done a lot of activation. Sorry, I can't say that word right now, but yeah, she showed me this Stella Standing Bear, and wow, her music is wow. So here it is, Genocide.
genocide. You could let them bullets fly, but I'ma stay alive. I'ma stay alive. I'ma survive the genocide. You could let them bullets fly, but I'ma stay alive. I'ma stay alive. I'ma survive the genocide. You could let them bullets fly, but I'ma stay alive. I'ma stay alive.
So that was Stella Standing Bear from Lakota, and it's Genocide. So our next song is, I'm sorry, how do you pronounce that name?
Sure. Samaya?
Samaya?
Perhaps, but she is from close to home, so Six Nations.
Six Nations. And this one is Celestial Bodies.
Celestial Bodies.
Oh, Celestial Bodies. So here it is.
I don't give a flying fuck about you. I won't let you tell me what I can't do. You can try to drown me, but my spirit is free, yeah, free, yeah. Generations of my nation circle around me, yeah. I'm dancing with everybody. Celestial bodies. Generations of my nation circle around me, yeah. I'm dancing with everybody. Celestial bodies. Celestial bodies. I get to fly away for a minute, standing tall, know where I come from, counting my blessings, thanking those that came before. The seeds that we plant today will shape the world we won't get to say. But if our ancestors went and did it, you will see that we aren't that different. Are we? Are we? Generations of my nation circle around me, yeah. I'm dancing with everybody. Celestial bodies. Generations of my nation circle around me, yeah. I'm dancing with everybody. Celestial bodies.
Okay, and that's a pretty cool video as well. It shows Six Nations. Actually, it shows driving out on the reserve. So, take a look at the video there for Celestial Nations.
Yes, and I looked up her for different other songs, and oh my goodness, she is very talented. And to be honest, we have a lot of our cousins and brothers from Six Nations, exceeding in what they love, their passion. And it's amazing to see our people getting uplifted, So yeah.
Yeah, and we're going to hear from another one of our personal favorites
Oh, yes.
at the end as well from Six Nations. But first, Two White Feather and I just recently watched Vow of Silence.
Yes.
And it's on Disney Plus. So, if you have that channel, please, by all means, take a look at that. It is definitely a version of events surrounding AIM the AIM movement, the American Indian movement, and particularly the assassination, and I do use the word as they did, the assassination of Annie Mae Pictou Aquash, Mi'kmaq from Nova Scotia. And she was assassinated in December 1975. And, we're speaking about the power of women, right? And it changed a lot of my thinking. Definitely. I definitely have a different opinion on at least one of the members of the AIM movement, one of the leaders there. But I'm so grateful to have learned more about her and what an incredibly strong leader. And like I said, as far as I'm concerned, the heart of that movement.
Yes, and I was listening to it. I couldn't, the first episode, there's 4 episodes in the season. There might be more, I'm not too sure. But the first episode, I think I paused it 3 or 4 times, and I just ended up having it played through with Lori there. And, I had to go and keep my mind busy, but I was listening to it, and I listened to all 4 of them, and it opened my eyes. And, what I know about that movement, and from what I learned in the past, and I'm watching this, the only real person that was, the heart and the rock of it was her. And, and people didn't like that. And, I'm sorry to say, but the FBI started, probably, did some fake stuff up and started pointing fingers, and then got our own people from Turtle Island turning against each other. And that's the harm that can be done. But if we can, see through that, sorry, pardon my French, bullshit, and stand together as one, that, they say that we're the most dangerous, whatever, but the dangerous person is the system, because they can do a lot of damage to our people. And she to be honest, right now from watching that, she is one of my top person that I look up to, for a female perspective. She was strong. She was a strong woman. She was on the front lines doing what the men were doing. And it starts off with the woman, though, for us in the First Nations culture. And the woman is the strongest. And, because they are in touch with, everything. And, and I guess they just didn't like that. And you'd have to watch it. But like I said, if you need some help, please reach out to your supports or your counselors or whatever and talk about it. Because sometimes it was hard for me, but I was glad that I had, Lori there so I could just talk to her afterwards and, and just talk about it. And, but it's something that we need to learn. Right? So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's that old, divide and conquer tool, right, that oppressors use to oppress. And I think for me, anyways, there were a couple of layers, right, that were being played out in that whole situation. We saw some internalized internalized oppression going on in terms of the AIM members themselves, and maybe not liking that this was a woman here who was doing what she was doing. And anyways, you just need to watch it. We don't want to give too much away, but some really powerful stuff there.
Yeah, it's called Vow of Silence on Disney.
Yeah, on Disney. Yeah.
So our next song, just in a good way, is going to be by Layla Stotts, White Pine. So here it is. Hook ya!
This song deserves an introduction. The Haudenosaunee call the white pine the tree of peace. The peacemaker's journey tells the story of how our nations came together and buried their hatchets, buried their weapons underneath the roots of the white pine. I took this song with me to the Wet'suwet'en territory to defend the Wenziqua, their sacred headwaters. I remember that moment standing on that bridge with matriarchs and elders and land defenders and chiefs and watching as hundreds of police mobilized against us coming up to the bridge. There was military greens across the side with sniper rifles, attack dogs pulling at their chains, helicopters overhead. And as I watched this wall of violence coming towards us, something inside of me said, Layla, sing. And a cappella, on my own, on this broken bridge, I sang for a wall of police. I sang, even if no one listened.